With how much of a deadly cesspit Night City is, you might be wondering, why do rich and famous people choose to live here? Well, that's because they can afford to live in what is considered to be the nicest and safest part of Night City. Westbrook, the safest, cleanest, and most exclusive district in Night City. Westbrook is comprised of 3 sub-districts: Japantown, North Oak, and Charter Hill. Japantown is like a party/tourist sub-district. Lots of bars, clubs, sights to see, illicit nightlife. Japantown is the place where people with some money to burn go to have a good time indulging in all their vices. A lot of the people you'll find around here are mid-level corporal workers coming here to indulge in their vices after a long week of toiling in the corporal offices, or tourists who are just checking out Night City and don't want to go to the more adventurous locations. This area is run by the Tiger Claws, which are a ruthless gang, but ultimately do have an eye for business, so they're not as likely to victimize you as gangs like Maelstrom would for no reason or just for the fun of it. Keep in mind, I said not as likely, not guaranteed. The 2 neighboring sub-districts are North Oak and Charter Hill. These are the 2 nicest, safest parts of Night City, with Charter Hill being the place that a lot of corporal workers tend to live in. While it's not where the top tier of the elite live, it's got sleek, nice new apartment buildings that put a lot of other areas in Night City to shame. But North Oak is where the elite live. Here you're gonna find the CEOs of mega corporations, warlords, famous rock stars. The people who live in this area are at the absolute top of the Night City economic ladder and might even be some of the richest people in the world. But keep in mind, it's still in Night City. It's walking distance away from neighborhoods that are basically like war zones. Because of this, the area is littered with private security to protect its wealthy residents. There are places here that you cannot go without the risk of being immediately put down. You can't even pass by in an aerial vehicle without proper security clearance, or they'll knock you out of the sky. Now, some interesting history about this place: it wasn't always this rich, affluent area. See, Westbrook borders the city center, and when the original Arasaka Tower in the city center was nuked, a lot of these bordering areas were also pretty hard hit. The nuking incident, along with the fact that Night City is never in short supply of people forced to live out on the streets, a lot of North Oak and Charter Hill wound up becoming filled with refugee camps and shanty towns. These areas wound up becoming some of the most dangerous parts of Night City, and because of this, the Night City government started an initiative to decriminalize these areas. The reason I'm air quoting decriminalize is because Night City didn't actually do anything to address these people's problems or make their lives better. It was really just an initiative to force these people out of their homes with the use of violence. That way they can build a bunch of luxury housing for profit. Night City media would drone on and on about city safety, cleaning up the streets. In reality, they just wanted to build luxury housing with opulent mansions all over the hills of North Oak and luxury apartments in Charter Hill. Once the Night City government and the mega corporations succeeded at using incredible violence to push out the poor and destitute, the media coincidentally just hushed up about the whole situation, hoping that anyone with even a passing awareness of what really happened would just kind of forget. In the initial years after this all happened, the rich people were a little bit hesitant to move somewhere where the poors lived, but now this place is littered with the mansions of a lot of the people who are to blame for some of Night City's major problems. And they get to just sit back in the lap of luxury on top of their private security protected hill, overlooking the city as it rots and festers, and they contemplate different ways to bleed it dry for more money. So yeah, if you lived in Night City, this would be the place you'd want to live, but could you afford it? In the vast majority of cases, not likely. And I love a good apolitical video game, don't you?